model railway enthusiasts and followers. Welcome back to Tony Northeastern, and what you're looking at is the main station at High Shields. I came up during a week because I had an hour to spend, and I just put this road in all the way up to the level crossing. Now, if you remember from last week, the last job I did was just about polyfilled from the edge of the level crossing to around about here, and that's all been sanded down now and painted. You can still see remnants of the polyfiller here. That's going to be covered with the Metcalfe slabs, as I've been using throughout the layout. And what do I plan to achieve this weekend? Well, I plan to put the Metcalfe stoning in all the way through to here, put in a barrow across from one platform to the other, and finish off the gatekeeper's cottage. It's a lot to do, but the weather's not too good, so it looks like I'll be spending most of the weekend up here, which is not good, is it? Which is quite good, really. Get that bit done. Right, so after that I can then ballast from those two bridges all the way through the station, all the way through to that bridge there. And once that's done, I can then concentrate on putting the lampposts in, because I want to get the ballasting out of the way. Right, so what to do first? That's a good question. But before we go anywhere, I'd just like to show you this little figure. Now, this guy has a 1970s figure, and you notice the little green flag he's got there. Well, that was like a round wand on there. So what I did was I got the scalpel, very carefully cut upwards to remove the wand, and then cut a tiny piece of paper and stuck it to the wand, painted it green, and it looks like he's waving a flag, and it sort of brings it in keeping with what I'm doing. So you can also adapt your figures. So that was a nice easy fix, that one. It's a backman figure, you know the figures I mean. It's normally like waving a tennis bat. Right, I have decided to do the paving first. I've made this template on a piece of paper, and it's roughly about 32mm in width. And basically what that means is you can, it works out at roughly 2.5 slabs plus the edging, allowed 2mm for the edging. And we do, you put the edging on first, get it as tight to the edge as possible, and then work away with your slabs. And every now and again I put a bit of PVA on the couple of edges of the slab, just to tie it all in nicely when it goes off. And I've always used the paper template method, because it means you get the paving where you want it to be. And well, I've always stuck with it, and it seems to have worked. over here at where I've already put the paving in, I've taken up that little bit of paving out so I can merge this new paving into the existing paving. So I shall crack on with that and we'll see that done. Okay, I've completed the two halves of the paving, one there and one there, and I've left a little gap there so I can trim it to suit, hopefully with this last slab going in there, which will fit nicely. So the next bit is to glue this one down first and then marry up the second piece. So I shall do that now. I'm just using PVA to glue the paving down, and hopefully that will marry up nicely. Okay, and if I can just turn you around a little bit. That should go all the way up to that edge there, where the fence post is. That's going to fit nicely, that. Right, just glue that bit in. Just making sure the curbstones or the edge curb meets up first. That's it. And then we just fill in the missing pieces, just like a jigsaw puzzle. Stick everywhere, don't I? There you go, look at that. Okay, I've made a start on the barrow, which is basically a wooden platform which goes between the two platforms. I'm using lollipop sticks as the base for this barrow, and then I'm going to use coffee stirring sticks, chopped up 20mm to sit across the top of them like that, which just brings me nice and flush to this platform edge. And then that will take me across to the other side. Okay, I'm about halfway through putting this barrow down across the twin tracks, and it's looking quite realistic even though there's no paint on it yet. And just do a little test, make sure the timbers ain't fouling the wheels. One on that track and one on that one. So I shall continue and we'll see it all done. Okay, that's the barrow finished. I've just run a bit of sandpaper along these edges to try and just straighten them up a little bit, and I've roughened up the tops ready to take the paint. It might look a little bit high off the baseboard, but by the time you get your ballast in there, it's more or less, the sleepers are just proud of the ballast once you get the ballast in there. And that's the next job, to paint it now. Once that's painted, this whole section will be ready for ballasting, and that'll be the next job. So it don't look too bad if you come round. I do apologise for the lighting, it's not very good in this corner, as you know, but that's not a bad job now. So I'll just quickly paint that, and then you can see the finished item. This is the paint I'm going to use, matte 62, and then I'll just weather it up and then maybe add a bit of blackness to it. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, I've painted it now, and basically I just gotta wait for it to dry. It looks too shiny at the moment. I'm sure once that dries out it'll get dulled down, but at least that bit's finished now. So next bit is to do the ballasting. And it's come along quite nicely now. I've added a few bushes along there. It's looking good. Right, the ballasting is now completely finished, all the way from, yep, that bridge, through the level crossing, through the station, and just there before it reaches that bridge there. Now, it's quite hot up here at the moment, so it shouldn't take that long to dry. But I think that's enough from me this week. See you next week, and thanks for watching. Bye.